Good evening, and welcome to the Curse of Strahd. Who would like to recap what happened last time?
We met a new character.
Yeah, I joined.
Katrina sufficiently got their expectations curbed as for how soon this attack was coming.
That too.
I don't know, he said 3 days.
That is fair.
That is very true.
In the
Been
panic,
like
everyone forgot
months
math.
out of game.
That's true, yeah.
That is true. But it was stated again in character.
Uh,
In the recap, I mean.
Yeah, but there was a lot in that recap,
That is very true.
so it's understandable. It's just, a little funny in character. Yeah, Katrina forgot how to math.
that
But
or
also
she,
understandable when the fear of Strahd is
understandable when fear of Strahd is impending, and also she would not put it past him to fucking lie and call the attack early.
Yeah.
That is
Anyway,
also very fair.
we watched through the night with another thing of interest happening, and then there were some people at the North Gate.
Mm-hmm.
At one of the
North
gates.
Gate,
I
yeah.
think it was the North one, yeah. It was, apparently more people from another battle had gotten misted.
And I forget how we learned this, but it was Mardikov's Raven. We learned that there were not one but three different assault forces, of
Yeah.
which the werewolves are just one,
Yeah,
and
we
the
well,
undead
we
is
kind of knew
another.
there was gonna be multiple ones, just because we had heard ahead that it was gonna be like a
When you spied on
competition test. Yeah, when we spied on
yeah.
Ruby and what's his name,
Carol.
I'm like, oh, they must be competing against other people. And then we learned that it was.
So I
three
will
competing
say,
factions.
it was nice to have confirmation from the Mardikovs, because just the scrying, it was unclear that there
Yeah.
was going to be more than just the werewolves, at least to me. Yes, it's a competition. I thought we were the other people.
I see.
Fair.
Yeah, I had interpreted it as
Yeah.
multiple factions competing to get Strahd favor against us.
Good.
But
Just
then, yeah.
realized.
But
all-
getting the
all
confirmation
the
from
factions-
the Mardikovs did like at least narrow down how many there was gonna be.
All the factions are playing Puppy, and Velaki is the center.
They're playing what?
PUBG. PUBG.
Ah.
I hate this.
That's probably not what's actually happening, but
Yeah, it's probably not.
but it just occurred to me, and now you have to suffer with this knowledge too.
That would be an interesting game concept, though.
Yeah, if I were to
Battle
run,
Royale, but it's in Barovia.
Yeah.
Just
If I ran their side with actual players.
land a crit to take down one of the faction leaders, pop a default dance.
But yeah, we met with some people at the North Gate, and one of them was our new character, who was apparently from another skirmish within an ongoing siege, which was also where the first people that came through the mist that were in a battle were from.
One might say that the mists themselves are laying siege at that location.
Yeah. And then
Interesting.
now Rowena the elf has been roped into whatever bullshit we were up to.
They have become a main character unwittingly.
I just volunteered to help defend the city, and now suddenly I'm a main character.
Also, as soon as we learned that one of the factions was undead, Misery rightfully hounded Katrina about getting rid of the artifact.
Yeah.
And this was after having scryed,
Yeah.
what's his name?
Yeah,
Yes.
just walking away with it.
To learn about the skull.
And yeah.
You also had a discussion with shit, what's her name?
Valeria and Irina.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had the whole chest thing.
The whole chess metaphor and the possibility of some of us disguising ourselves as Irina to draw aggro toward, like, from one faction toward a different faction, so they're fighting each other and not just us.
Yes.
Right. And while that was going on, the remaining party members were about to, when we left off last time, visit a blacksmith.
Assuming that the blacksmith is still in operation.
Correct.
Could you remind me why we were going to the blacksmith? Because I don't actually remember.
A villager had
Yeah, our new
acquired a source of silver.
Oh, okay. Right,
What was her
right,
name
right.
again?
Ludmilla.
Right. Yeah, Ludmilla acquired a bunch of silverware.
We were
Quote
gonna see if
unquote
they could
generous
be.
donations from the Wachter family and Velakovich family.
Yeah. So
Let
yeah.
us resume. So it was Misery and Rowena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were accompanied by Ludmilla, who is holding the bag. Just, over her shoulder. Right. I think it's this way. She will sort of lead you to your destination, which is the blacksmithy, which is all the way on the other side of town.
Victor Velakovich's name is just real big.
Oh yeah. I see a lot of names.
Yeah.
Every guard is like guard.
God, as a GM, that would get annoying at a scale this small.
Yeah. But it does help me see where things are.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly, the only names I can see are Victor and Misery.
Yeah, because they are or were NPCs at one point.
Yeah. But yeah, Rowena and Misery will end up on the far side of town. Let's say here is a good spot. And you see the blacksmithy. You see the forge, unlit. The tools are just sort of lying about.
Are there any people
And you
around?
see no people around.
Okay.
Hmm. That doesn't seem like a good sign.
No, probably not. Is there anyone like on the street, or is this section of town more or less devoid of people at the moment?
If you look like hard enough, you'll see people like kind of far away. Like not maybe on this street, but like you see like across an alleyway, you see on the next street like, oh, there is a person who just went by, but it's not like crowded. It's not 100% deserted, but it's definitely further away from crowded. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Can I try to flag down one of the civilians?
Sure. Make a persuasion check.
There we go.
Yeah, so you flag one person down. They see you and their first look of you is at fear. You know, they see your horns, your tail, and they're like, ah. But they're like, no, just come here. Okay. You make it clear to them like you're not gonna hurt them, steal their soul.
Yeah.
At least not right now.
Yeah. And he approaches.
That blacksmith, did he get killed in the vampire attack?
Oh, old Ivan. Yes, it was a terrible shame.
Hmm. Pity. Anyone else who knows blacksmithing in this town who could take over, perhaps?
He, stops and thinks. There was, no, she's dead too. This is a problem. We don't have a blacksmith anymore. Not that I suppose it matters. We're all gonna die soon anyway.
Who was saying that?
The villager.
Okay.
Well, yes, on a relative scale, everyone will die soon. Regardless of whether or not we're attacked.
He just nods. He is familiar with this sentiment, living in Barovia. Oh yes, we're all fucked, of course.
I'll look to Rowena and ask, you don't happen to have any mystical blacksmithing skills, do you? Or any of the people who were brought over?
I mean, I don't have any. I'm not sure about the others who were brought over. I don't know, everyone, but
You did recognize the quartermaster.
yeah. I'm guessing the quartermaster would have basic blacksmithing knowledge.
Yeah.
Then I'll tell Misery about the quartermaster then.
Maybe he knows a blacksmith.
Well, that's something at least. They were all staying where, like the temporary hospital was, right?
Yeah. Which is over here. On the other side of town.
That's a lot of walking.
Ludmilla just says, "Are you sure you couldn't have mentioned this before we headed all the way over here?"
And seemed like he already knew somebody.
Well, if you don't mind, I think I'm gonna just leave this right here. By the forge, yes? She sets down the bag of silverware. No sense in carrying this all the way back and forth.
Maybe hide it.
That's
So
a good
that
idea. She'll set it down like under a table and then sort of just move some tools around to like kind of cover it up. You can still see it like looking for it, but it does a she does a pretty good job of hiding it in plain sight.
Mhm.
Well, shall we?
Which of the two of you least wants to walk?
Ludmilla just shrugs.
Because I don't feel like walking the entire way, and I can bring someone with me.
I mean, I should be going, and at least since I'm the one who knows the quartermaster.
Okay, Ludmilla, you can meet us there, or wait here, I don't care. I'll grab Rowena's hand and dimension door twice, moving me 1,000 feet closer to myself and Rowena, 1,000 feet closer to the temporary hospital.
You vanish, and Ludmilla just standing there. She's like, "Well, I guess I'll wait here then." She says to nobody. And yeah, you go to the little medical camp. And Rowena, I want you to roll either perception or investigation to like search for the person
Right.
you recognized earlier.
Got better investigation.
All right,
Nice.
you find him.
Alright.
He is a half elf with brown hair. I don't have a art for him,
Alright.
but yeah, he's lying down in one of the cots.
How injured does he look?
Well, um, his leg looks really bad off. It looks chewed up actually. And then he's currently asleep, so you can't really gauge beyond that, if that makes sense.
Alright.
If you wake him up.
I mean, I probably should since he's like the reason we came down here. Though I'm gonna feel bad about doing it.
Okay. Who's there? What do you want?
I'm gonna let him know it's Rowena. Going to ask him. Yeah. Just for clarification, he's the one who is able to blacksmith and he does it. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
You don't really know his skill level, but you do know that he supplied like basic stuff to your army. Like he'd make daggers and knives and repair swords and that kind of thing. He's not like the guy making like the special fancy weapons for the officers. He certainly didn't make your sword.
Yeah.
But you know, he keeps the army supplied, which is what you need to do now. So
yeah. Let's see. Going to tell him that see, I mean his service. Like I know that you know this isn't his battle anymore, but his service, the people, you know, of this city in need of his services if he is able to lend them.
oh, they I suppose they did take me in. That is a kindness that I should repay. But I'm afraid my leg is not much for standing anymore.
You can't sit in blacksmith?
He just gives you this look. Like, have you ever seen a forge? Is what his eyeballs are speaking to you.
Not that I'm there to suggest this, but he could direct someone else on what to do.
Make a medicine check.
Who should?
Or you can
Either of you.
treat his leg somehow.
My medicine is trash, so
Still
My
roll it.
medicine is trash too.
okay.
Oh wow. Misery, you know exactly enough to know that it is completely beyond you. Rowena, make of that 0 what you will. I'll let you decide how to interpret that.
Um,
You think maybe he needs an amputation?
I mean that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it, like looks really bad.
Pity my abyssal spells didn't give me cure wounds today.
That might have. You're not sure. That may have helped. That might have been able to help. But with a 6, you're not totally sure. So what do you do?
If only I had someone with a better medicine roll there.
Yeah. Um. Uh. So, are there like what are like the people kind of running the makeshift hospital?
Um, from what you can see, you just see people who are like sort of just easing pain and like feeding them.
Um.
You
Would it be
see cold cloth towels for like fevers. Well, you don't know what they're for with that roll, but
Yeah. But would it be possible to like I guess like flag one of them over to ask about like the guy's leg?
you can.
I imagine that they probably
A
have
guy
better
will come over.
medicine
He's like,
knowledge.
yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, him. Yeah, he just wolf bites. Yeah, you can see there and there. He points at 2 spots on his leg. Not much we can do, I'm afraid. We had an alchemist some time ago, but she's gone now, and we're out of the potions she left for us.
I've been thinking about that.
We had to ration them, and well, a missing leg isn't life-threatening.
So you were right, it does need an amputation.
He perks up as you say the word amputation. He's like, "What? No."
Guys, don't do anything rash while we're not there.
So what you're saying is you could do something if you did have potions.
I think so, yes. I'll admit, I don't know much about the potions, but they seem to do wonders.
Did you have a name for the potions at least?
He just shrugs. I don't know. They were just healing potions. I'm no alchemist.
I have healing potions in my inventory if you guys want to come find me.
Yeah. I mean, would like, if I know. I mean, I also have like a potion of healing if that is like.
You also have a literal
next step.
cleric in the party if you want to come find me.
That is also true.
Getting a cleric would probably be the best.
The real question, though, does Rowena know, and does Misery care?
I mean, I probably don't.
Rowan is like, maybe if we had a cleric. And Misery's like, oh, good thing I know someone who just became a cleric. Well, not just anymore, but you know.
Recently.
Pretty recent.
Do we really have to go and beg for her help?
I'm not there, and I don't mind if you don't call me.
Yeah, I mean, unless you got a source of healing potions, I think we're going to have to.
You'd have to go all the way across town to Valeria.
Yeah,
To
that was my
Valeria's.
initial
I mean, I
thought.
think by the time this is over, we're probably done.
Yeah.
And then bring her all the way back to the camp, and then bring the guy all the way back to.
And I'm out of spells to Dimension Door, so...
What a fetch quest!
At this point, we're probably done with Valeria, though.
True.
Because we went right to Valeria's as they went to the blacksmith.
Yeah.
And then
You were
they had to
definitely
watch
at
you,
Valeria's for longer, but yeah, they're going back and forth.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, let's go talk to the princess. She has adequate healing ability.
Alright.
And I guess we will return to the tavern.
Which is,
Or the inn,
yeah.
which has a tavern, I think.
It is actually on the way. Or at least it is between you and where they are coming from. And yeah, you meet at the tavern. I could put you on the tavern map if you want, but
We're just gonna be going right back to this one,
yeah,
so...
yeah,
Yeah.
I figured.
Katrina will
Katrina and
look up.
Marcus, you see Misery and Rowena approaching.
Katrina will look up and say, So, how did your errand go?
Blacksmith's
silly.
dead.
Why am I not surprised?
We found another possible blacksmith. Only problem is that he's in the makeshift hospital.
Katrina will just get up and head to the door. Say no more.
All right, you backtrack to the medical camp.
Misery's actually going to break off, and she will meet back with you at the blacksmith shop.
Okay.
Okay, Misery's just going ahead to.
She is taking a detour, but yes.
Okay. We will get to that first. Yeah. So, Rowena leads Katrina to the former quartermaster. Katrina, you see his leg. You may roll medicine if you wish.
Bold of you to assume I have that skill trained.
You're like, yep, it's bidden.
Well, fortunately I don't need to know medicine to help.
Indeed.
And it's fortunate for you that the suggestion to amputate did not go through, because I can't bring back a broken limb, I don't think. But
You mean a removed limb?
a missing limb.
Yes.
But she'll sort of place a gentle hand near the wound, but definitely not touching any of it.
All right.
Stay with me for a bit, and she will cast a first level Cure Wounds.
All right. Roll it. That is a max roll.
Nice.
Yeah. You see the. Well, you don't necessarily know what you're looking at, Katrina, but you see what you don't necessarily know to be the muscle tissues stitching themselves back together. And then the skin sort of reforms over that.
Trina just sort of like shivers a bit and says, "Oh, I have never done this outside of a combat situation. That is
Yeah.
disgusting."
Yeah. It's also itchy.
Well, itchy,
Wow, that itches.
I think sensation means that it's good, like nerves and stuff. I don't know medicine.
That sounds about right. Let's see. He moves to stand.
Can
He
I
does
roll
wince.
medicine to see if that sounds right?
Sure.
Mine's not great either, but
You're just like walking in on this conversation after I'm done healing this guy.
Marcus, you know everything.
You are the doctor
yeah,
now.
it's like that sounds about right.
You have the same modifier as Katrina. You've just done battlefield medicine on yourself
It's-
before.
Because I know an alchemist.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just Beatrix is just rubbed off on you.
Yep.
Not just an alchemist, but a really smart alchemist.
Yeah. Yeah, it still looks pretty bruised. Like it's not perfect. But he does wince. He does limp a bit, but he's like, okay, I think I can help now.
You will assist escorting him to the blacksmith.
Thank you.
And speaking of Beatrix, I had a question for Katrina. Like, can she send her a sending spell message to let her know Velaki is not as dangerous, but also it's going to be attacked in 2 days? But mostly
Sure,
just
I
want to let her
can-
know that we're, not dead.
I will pop a sending off to Beatrix then.
Right. Your response message is, "Do you need me to come back?"
I just sort of like Katrina just
If she can get here
Is-
before 2 days.
is staring blankly and says, "Yes, but to tell her that I need to waste yet another third-level spell slot, and that's game mechanics that don't exist in World." Ignore metagaming stuff, but it's worth it. I know it's worth it. It's probably worth it. I'm going to. You want her here, Marcus?
I mean, it's probably a better idea. Even though the city is about to be attacked, it's probably one of the safest places in Barovia still. And the people here do need her help.
I will shoot off another sending and say, if you can come quickly, we would appreciate the aid. But again, the city is about to be under attack.
I'll get there as soon as I can.
She's coming.
Yeah, I thought of doing that like right after last session ended. And I was like, damn it, why didn't I think of that when we first got back to Valaki and Katrina took over? Anyway.
So yeah, you let the quartermaster sort of lean on you.
Also, you saying that Valaki is probably the safest place in Barovia right now is definitely not what Katrina is feeling, because anywhere where she is has the full attention of Strahd.
That is true.
Yeah, so you help the quartermaster, you sort of let him lean on you, and help him limp over. His limping does improve. But you do hear comments of like, his leg still feels pretty stiff, it still feels kind of weak. But Marcus, that's to be expected after he's been not using his leg for however many days it's been.
Yeah.
The stiffness actually is getting better by the end of it too. But it does take you a while to get there, which means Misery. What are you up to?
Yes. So I want to take a detour to where the stage and the gallows are.
All right.
And when I get there, is Dragomir's body still there?
Yes, you had impaled him on the stage, right?
Yeah.
I had.
Something like.
Oh, we still have that map. We'll just say.
I'm gonna remove myself.
Many people are not there.
I had my token selected when you deleted it, so the health bar and the name is still there, but the token's gone.
Ooh, does it move when I do this?
Yes.
You're on the GM layer.
What?
That's a bug.
I shouldn't be able to see that anymore.
That's
That
funny.
is such a bug.
I think it's just because I had it selected at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet if you move it and then move it back, it would go away.
Oh, I am.
No, I mean, move it to the
Oh,
token layer
oh.
and back.
Oh, move it to the layer, yeah.
It is not selected.
Alright.
Nope, I
That
can
was a
still
fun
see
little
it.
discovery. Oh. But Katrina can't see her token. Her health
I
bar.
cannot.
Oh well.
That's weird. Anyway.
Totally do this.
are you doing?
Did you see that?
No.
No.
Huh. Does it move now?
Yes, it's moving.
Okay. I did the thing where you just manually plot a
Yeah,
path and
just
then
move
send
it
it
off
in
to the side
circles.
so it's not in the middle of the screen,
Yeah.
and then we can.
Anyway, Misery.
I am going to approach Dragomir's body, if that's possible.
Yeah, there aren't nearly so many guards. Because, it's not big attendance mode right now.
I am going to look at it and smirk and just say to myself, her face is going to be priceless when she sees this. And I will cast Animate Dead on Dragomir.
Are you making him a zombie?
I am making him a zombie under my control.
Alright, get a zombie.
And then I'll head over to the blacksmith shop.
Alright. You will get there first, because your detour was on the way, and you are not carrying a limping man. So yeah, you see Lubnellus is still waiting there. Ah, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
That's an interesting companion you have there.
Don't mind him, he is friendly.
If you say so.
You have a good name for him? I'm thinking maybe Dave.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Dave.
I'm pretty sure he had a. Is that
It's Dave.
his captain?
He was. That's not important anymore.
Well, I don't think his name was Dave.
It is now.
I see. Is he the new blacksmith?
Oh, it's no. The others should be coming with a hopefully fixed blacksmith soon.
At about this point, we are
Is he
like,
fixed in? No, you're still hobbling over.
Okay.
Is this blacksmith fixed in a similar manner?
Well, I don't know the princess's full capabilities, but I assume not.
Probably for the best.
More in a stitched together, quote unquote, legitimately.
Ah.
why do you have to make it sound so weird? Why do you have to make it sound like I'm Dr. Frankenstein?
So tell me, I've been thinking about something.
Oh,
You were Lady Walker's sun champion or whatever, yes?
he did call me that.
Can you tell me about that?
Well, I came here. She believed I would bring the sun back to Barovia, and, well, I'm not sure what I personally believed, but anything that got me in good standing was, sort of a nice change of pace for me. Most people don't really view me as, a savior, not often welcomed places.
He just, glances between like your horns, the zombie following you around, like, oh, I can't imagine why. But what about the light?
What about it?
I heard there was a light that you were behind. And that it was the same light that we saw when the burgomaster was giving her speech.
Oh,
If I remember, wasn't Katrina the one who made the illusory like sun or something during the I don't know which speech you're talking about. If
The recent one.
That was the Sunblade, I think.
Yeah, it was
Hmm.
the Sunblade, but she doesn't
Got
know
it.
that.
That's fair.
well, perhaps it was a sign from, what do you call him, the Morning Lord or whatever?
I doubt that.
Oh, why not?
I'm not the biggest believer myself, to tell you the truth.
But you don't think they exist, or you don't think they want to help?
Column A, column B, I suppose. All I know is Barovia has been dark for a very long time. So I don't necessarily believe that now, after all this time, there should be any reason for things to be any different.
Well, I wasn't here before, so maybe things can change.
Yes, but I just mean, I don't think this Morning Lord has. If he's supposedly been here all this time, nothing's different with him. Does that make sense?
I suppose. But to be fair, it is, I know from experience, rather difficult for the gods to, talk to people here.
Hmm. Well, I certainly think it's a wonderful story. Hope to the masses and all that. The backing of the Morning Lord, but what do you know about it, really? That light.
Oh, it's the magic sword.
Ah.
They got it from a dragon or something.
She just nods like that's something that actually makes sense. Like, ah, yes, I see. Do you think it can help?
It can kill vampires. Killed this guy.
Hmm.
Killed
She,
another one of
looks
the
at the
lieutenants.
burn stab mark like, oh, yeah, I see. So, are you the wielder of this sword?
Oh gods, I can't wield a sword for my life. No.
Sorry, I assumed since you were the one who Lady Wachter had set up, I thought maybe it was your sword.
She didn't even have the sword at that point.
Mhm.
We didn't have the sword at that point.
No, she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
I think for your sanity, it's better to assume that Lady Wachter does not have her sanity. and that she has no idea what she's talking about.
Hmm. I suppose. She did always strike me as a little, well, there are words I want to say that I cannot in a polite society, so let's leave it at that, shall we?
Imagine considering Barovia polite society.
Well, when you don't know any better.
I guess.
And it's around this time that the rest of y'all hobble over.
What the actual fuck, Misery? Katrina,
Princess, this is Dave. Dave, this is the princess.
Katrina, like, actively has her dagger out, and is just, like, glaring at the revived Dragomir.
Oh, don't worry, he's friendly now.
I can see that.
It's just a zombie.
Fucking hell.
Even you have to admit that it's a little bit funny.
Funny, maybe not, but effective. Certainly for psychological warfare. Oh god. Sorry about that.
Well, did you fix him?
I healed him, yes.
Good.
He's also right here.
Hello.
Does he have a name?
That's a good question.
Mac.
His name is
Mac Smith, the blacksmith.
Oh my god.
God.
No.
His name is Elmon.
Alright, Mac.
God damn
Elmon. Sorry, I will use your NPC name.
So this is the place.
Yes.
There's
It was like
not
over
a lot
here
here.
somewhere, right?
Yeah, it's like over there. I'll eat you all. Oh no.
Oh no.
Thick.
It might be time to just drop new one. Or just hit Control Z a bunch.
No, I got it.
Because Katrina's definitely doesn't look round.
There.
Crisis averted.
Oh no, wide Katrina. You accidentally, like, stretched the token on one axis and not the other.
Yeah.
You missed how wide everyone got.
They were wide. But you're all here now. I see, and what is it you need me to do? You need swords?
Yes. Made with or coated with silver, hence Katrina sort of, like, nudges the bag of silverware with her foot.
Mm. Actually, Katrina, roll perception.
That's fair, because you hid that.
Yeah.
Perception.
Yeah,
Nice.
you see it. It's like it's not even hidden.
Like, clearly, I looked in the one place you would think
Yeah.
to hide something.
Yeah. Silver swords, eh?
Well, silvered swords.
Or really any weaponry.
Do
If it
arrows?
takes less metal to make spears, then
Arrows is probably more cost-effective, yes.
You do also have the rented magic swords and
Mm-hmm.
well,
Yeah.
assortment of melee weapons.
We
They're not.
distributed those already.
Yeah.
The town also is missing its former blacksmith, so...
Hmm. Well, perhaps I can stay on for that then.
Did I just hear a Wilhelm scream in the background?
Yeah, that was my phone.
I forget that your alarm is just that.
Yep.
It's been that way for years.
Alright, so arrows then. It looks at the bag. I can make. I don't know. I'd say between 100 and 200 arrows. I can coat.
At this point, I think the limiting factor is time rather than material, but as many as you can would be excellent.
Alright.
Yeah, just dip arrows or spearheads in them.
Yeah, I would like one of you to roll percentiles.
I can do it.
He will end up making 139 silver arrows.
Sweet.
That's cool.
But of course, that will be later.
We'll say once he
Or
has the
rather,
first...
it will take the time.
Once he has the first, like, 20 or so done, have somebody bring them to the western gate just so that there are some there in case the rest aren't finished by the time the attack happens.
And I already have a full quiver of silver arrows as well.
Yeah.
So I don't need any.
Alright, he begins equipping them. It's getting kind of dark at this point. You're walking across the city a bunch of times has taken up time.
I imagine so. To the inn?
Yeah.
Could use something to eat at this point.
You see Ludmilla is just sort of standing around at this point. Do you invite her?
Sure.
Oh, thank you.
Way too zoomed in.
Someone. Your usual table. Well, it does have chairs. It's just, you know.
Just only for spaces for
We can use alt to
tokens.
move some people around or something.
Yeah.
It's like, there we go. So misery.
what?
Our meeting with Irina was rather insightful, and as the only other heavily magic user in the group, I figured I may as well get your opinion on something. Do you have any spells or otherwise methods to disguise yourself? Look like someone else?
It depends on the day.
I see. Well, if you happen to have that ability during the fight, one suggestion that was made was to make yourself look like Irina, because that is probably one of the ulterior motives of these incoming forces, and draw aggro, or draw the attention of one group of attackers away from the gate and toward a different group of attackers, because they are participating in a coordinated assault, yes, but they are also working against each other. The hope is
Who's
that they will...
Irina?
No
Ludmilla
one you
will
need to
ask.
worry about.
A person of interest to Strahd.
And the person we are giving safe harbor to.
She
here in
raises an
Kalaki.
eyebrow but doesn't comment further.
More of their forces fighting each other means less attacking us directly.
Yes, I guess that makes sense. If Orcus sees fit to grant me that ability on that day, I'll consider it.
Well, it sounds like the western gate is as well defended as it could be.
Mm-hmm.
If only we knew any information about our third set of attackers.
Honestly, we also don't even know where the second set of attackers is going to be coming
Yes,
from, but
we
I
at least-
assume 3 gates, 3 assaults. That would make the most sense.
We at least
Not
know
it
they're
would.
undead.
Weren't they coming from the south?
Don't know if we actually got that information.
Or at least the letter had mentioned that they had seen this force.
True. Although they were headed sort of like south and much more west, because I assume they were heading to the other Mardukov residence, the Wizard of Wines.
Right.
Said, given that there's more than just the werewolf forces attacking us, I should probably tell the guards to divert some forces back to the other gates, not leave them only with a skeleton crew. No pun intended.
All of you.
If you said something before all of you, we didn't hear it.
No, Ludmilla's just asking, what about all of you? You all seem like capable combatants.
Oh, we will be fighting.
Would I be correct in assuming that with most of Valaki's forces concentrated at the western gates, you lot might be guarding the others?
That is probably for the best.
Although,
So we do know of one particular vampire werewolf that I think Marcus would very much enjoy killing, who will be leading the assault on the West Gate.
And I do know her
so
tactics best.
So you will guard the west gate then?
I suppose.
I see.
God, we're splitting the party. Fuck.
I don't see any other way for us to, like, do an entire fucking siege.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'm just out of character, very scared.
Yeah, yeah,
You should be.
yeah.
Will you split the party?
And I think with this is out of character. With Beatrix's help, if they arrive on time, or in time rather, and if Irina is stubborn enough and convinces Valeria to let her fight, that will be more people of high skill to help defend against the other two gates, or defend the other two gates, not against the gates. What am I talking about? I'm tired.
It's also people for other players to play as temporarily, while so that half the group isn't bored sitting around watching.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're gonna have one session at each fucking gate.
That could be interesting.
But yeah, you are being prompted now to figure out those plans.
Mm-hmm.
Although perhaps it is kind of a in between sessions thing.
Yeah. Once
It
we
is
know
probably
who we
an
have
in-between
access,
sessions
yeah, once
thing.
we know who all we have access to, etc.
Yeah.
Katrina is probably going to be at the east gate, assuming somebody is going to attack from there, and depending on where the other two groups are, she will head to one as Irina and draw them toward the other. Or attempt to.
If the western gate is being attacked by werewolves, Ludmilla is just deep in thought.
Additionally, actually, I never fucking mind because that is a second level cleric option.
Misery, you mentioned that
No, it's not. You
magical sword kills vampires, yes?
have...
Yes.
What
It
else
seems
does
to
it
be
kill?
very good.
Anything undead.
So it
I'd
sounds
argue
like
it's pretty good at killing just about anything. It's just
well,
particularly good with vampires.
so it sounds like whoever has the sword should be stationed at the gate that the undead are coming from.
You would think that, but we know there is a vampire coming with the werewolves, and if you don't make sure that they are dead with sunlight, one of the very few things that can permanently kill a vampire, they will come back. You can kill zombies with any old sword, just takes longer.
So the western gate shall have Marcus here plus whoever has the sword.
Marcus is the one with the sword.
Oh. Well, that's convenient.
Well, I'm the only one of these people who can actually wield the sword.
We don't know our new friend's capabilities.
You
Fair.
not see the magic sword like on her hip?
Well, I meant the ones we were traveling with before.
Yeah.
You're new.
Yeah.
No offense. So I'll instead say before now I was the only one in our group who actually was able to wield a sword, so yeah. So we have a plan for the western gate.
I have a plan for the eastern gate and then absconding to one of the other gates to sort of try and get the other two groups that aren't werewolves to fight each other. Probably won't work as well if the undead attack the east gate, because
There are the minor, smaller gates to consider
there
as
are
well.
also the minor, smaller gates to consider as well. Fuck, there's so many gates. I'm going to hope that the unknown third assaulting force is at least more intelligent than your average everyday undead, because then we will have a likelier chance of the disguise gambit working. If that's the case, I may as well stay at the inn until the battle starts, so I have the shortest distance to any particular gate wherever I'm needed.
You're saying your deception will work against more intelligent foes.
The more intelligent people who see me and realize who I am or pretending to be, will be more likely to fall for the ruse, whereas undead, particularly lesser undead like zombies,
They'll just
skeletons,
attack whatever.
they are not
I
smart.
see. Still,
Unless they're
strange when you
being
put it that
commanded.
way.
If they have a commander, then you only have to trick one person. And they'll just tell the zombies to follow.
That is assuming the commander notices.
Yes.
And we should probably have some guards stationed at all the gates, even the smaller ones.
I'm
just
going to be
have
shuffling.
a warning signal they can give to let us know if an attack is coming from that gate.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it makes sense. I've once heard it said that the greatest of plans can only be laid folly by only the most clever and the most foolish.
I don't really understand that metaphor, but there's another phrase that I'm at least somewhat familiar with, that no plan survives contact with the enemy. So we
It's
can...
similar. I read it in a book once. It's the idea that it is more difficult to manipulate the highly intelligent because they can see through your ploys.
Mm.
But it is also difficult to manipulate the exceedingly stupid,
And
for
with
they
the
will not see
exception of
your ploys at all.
the commander of these undead, that would be them. Anyway, having a signal is a good idea. We could... If, like, we could wrap arrowheads in cloth, dip them in oil, have fire arrows just shot into the night sky. That might work. I've never actually tried it or seen it done.
A flare.
A flare of sorts, yes.
Do flares even exist?
Well, there's magic.
Magic can definitely be used as a
Yeah.
flare.
But yeah, a flaming arrow sounds like
Something that
good.
even the common person can do.
Unless
Yeah.
the gates have like a bell or something.
Bell sounds like a citywide alarm, like this is happening. We should also do that too.
Fair.
So what do the different signals mean?
Bell means that the attack has started, as in any of the attackers have engaged. Ideally, citizens who are not involved in the fighting should go to their homes and stay inside until there's an all clear or the alternative. A fire arrow being shot from one of the gates means that there is an attack at that gate, and any forces who are not currently engaged or reserved for other potential fights future. It's complicated, but those who can help and are not doing anything else can then divert to assist with...
So the arrow is a request for reinforcements.
That probably makes more sense, yes.
Yeah, it's just to signal where to send the reinforcements to.
Yes.
I see.
And personally, given that my plan is to lure one group of attackers toward another group of attackers, having a runner from each of the major gates who can sort of quickly get to where I will be at the start of the encounter and tell me roughly which forces are where. That will inform where I need to go to pull off the gambit.
Very well.
I think, given that there will be runners heading toward my location, so that they don't have to run across town to tell me that I have to run across town, I am going to be sort of staying here at the tavern as a sort of, I don't know, command post central. That seems like a thing. I will be here. They can run here to the central point of the town, and then whenever I know where I need to go, I have the shortest average distance to any particular gate, so I can head there fairly quickly, even in the worst case.
All right. Do you have anything else to discuss?
We should probably talk about where Misery and Rowena, as well as other potential NPCs, will
Yeah.
be. Like, which of the other two main gates they want to be at. But
You know
Katrina has
that-
more than said her piece.
Yeah. You know that you have Argus?
Yes.
Argus, I believe, is at the west gate with Marcus, I think.
Yeah.
Though, given that the west gate is probably the best defended, we have the best idea of what to expect there. Maybe move him somewhere else.
You guys can plan. I have been talking far too
Yeah.
long
Yeah.
for the past several sessions.
You can also possibly press Victor and Isolde.
Victor, I'm against pressing into service because ideally I need them alive as an advisor.
Mm.
But also,
Um,
we know Victor can hold his own in a fight.
That's true, though.
He can just be a caster in the back, too, you know?
Yeah.
He's not frontline.
Okay.
How many does that make? Including yourselves.
Rowena, Misery, Argus, Beatrix, Victor, and
Irina
Good
Isolde.
maybe. And possibly
Isolde.
Irina as well.
That's 6 major NPCs to split among 2 gates, because we have an entire army with silver weaponry.
So that's
facing them.
10 including yourselves.
I counted 2 PCs in there, so it's 8 including ourselves.
Okay. So 8.
Is it?
Okay. That is enough for 2 parties. For 2 full parties.
Well, not really, because Marcus isn't going to be in either of those.
Hmm.
I mean, you put one with me and then one somewhere else, and then, I don't know. Ideally,
We'll
we have
figure it
3.
out.
But I mean, if we can split 2 parties, that'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
We could also have random PCs from our backups list. Because I know for a fact I have a Blade Singer in reserve that I'm never gonna play because I'm playing Katrina.
Yeah, but is a random Ganassi gonna show up out of nowhere?
I don't know, Rowena. Is a random... They're not a Genasi, I'm pretty sure.
Rowena's a high elf.
Oh, right. Tempest is a Genasi. I haven't looked in their
Yeah.
sheet forever. That is completely up to the mists.
Yeah. It is.
I have a partially built elf rogue that could just be one of the dusk elves that returned.
Hmm.
And
We
also, like,
may
make
not have enough playable people in each zone for everyone.
mhm.
Hmm.
There is also the thing of Katrina, if her plan goes correctly, will be starting in one zone and then heading to a different.
That's also very true. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
But for now,
I also think, even though the West Gate is very heavily defended, we don't want to just, like, breeze over that encounter and that potential grudge match between.
Yeah, that's why I like have some of you with me.
So maybe keeping Argus there is a good plan.
Or just putting someone else there instead of Argus.
That's true. That too.
but for now, it is late.
Yep.
Oh, I also want to mention I drop a gold in the thing
Yeah.
to pay for our meal.
Yep.
I'll just do that.
Ludmilla will go home at a certain point.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't live here
Yeah. If
in the
there's
tavern.
if there's a guard nearby, I will let them know of the various signals that we came up with.
The nearby
they can-
guard is actually one of your one of the vampire soldiers.
I will tell them to disseminate that information.
He just nods.
Is that a good idea?
I am also going to find a human guard to tell
Okay.
them to do the same thing. And then I will return to the tavern and wait.
For a sec, I thought you were gonna like tell the guard to escort Ludmilla home or whatever. I'd be like, but he's a vampire.
Ah,
Are
fuck
you
it.
sure you want to do this? But yeah, she'll leave.
That's my goal. I guess it's sleep time.
If
I would
you
rather
all
not.
have any ideas for who I should scry, perhaps to figure out who this third force is from, let me know in an hour.
I'm
I'll
trying
be
Power
to
nap.
think.
I'll be asleep in an hour.
I don't know if we have met anyone in particular who would be well known for. Wouldn't make sense to scry on either of Strahd's remaining generals. We already did that once to learn about the werewolf attack, but now that we know they are not taking part in the assault itself, they've probably already handed off the assignment to the whoever the commanders would be. I don't know.
Well, you did only scry one of them, but yes, that is a thought that occurs to you.
It is also possible we've never encountered
Mm-hmm.
whoever might be leading these attacks.
Possible.
I have a hunch. I don't want to say it out loud just yet. But
Is that it?
Kirill was one of the one of Strahd's lieutenants.
Yes.
Their disciple, I'm going to say, is leading the werewolf assault. Kazan is the other surviving lieutenant. and the forces that they would be able to mentor and lead would be magical in nature. Casters, potentially they are the leader of the undead group, summoners of sorts. But if they are not, then we could be looking at an army of magically inclined individuals. And I don't know who the third commander would be or the leader behind them. I'm tired. We should sleep.
Yes. We still have another day after this to prepare.
Yeah.
Marcus goes to bed.
Alright. The night passes, and it is morning.
We got a long
On the
rest.
final day.
Yeah, dawn of the final day. You have your
24
long
hours
rest.
remain.
Oh boy.
At long last, I have all my hit dice back.
From here on out, we should be very, very sparing with casting spells. Well,
You come down for breakfast.
I will.
I mean, we should have one more long rest after this, I think, right?
I believe the expectation is the attacks happen tonight.
I see.
I would expect the worst. And honestly, if we are being honest, the worst would be not tonight, but early next morning. So we stay awake all night doing vigil like we did yesterday. I'm still sorry about that. And then when we are tired of standing and watching the empty night sky and just itching to go to bed, that's when they strike.
We'll be prepared for whatever it is. Hopefully.
Abyssal spells.
Do you, in fact, get the disguise?
That is going to be Spare the Dying as my cantrip.
Useful.
That is going to be Charm Person for my first level. And Womp Womp Mirror Image at second level.
Oh well.
Rip.
It was worth a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I am going to use my cast of Animate Dead to refresh the Animate Dead on Dave.
Sensible.
Because otherwise he just becomes a mindless zombie after 24 hours.
Well, he's still a mindless zombie, but
No longer under my control.
yeah. Which here you have a zombie. There's technically no owner of the establishment to make him wait outside.
I would make them wait outside, especially given it's fucking Dragomir.
Yeah.
The vampire guards are probably a bit unnerved having him still walking around.
Yeah.
Reduced to a husk of his former self.
Oh, why? But I'm just thinking, you're droids. We don't want them here. They'll have to wait outside.
We don't serve their kind here.
a zombie is just a droid, right?
Basically, yeah.
Now I'm just picturing like a full skeleton 3PO and then like half a
Z3PO.
zombie,
So
and then
I know
half of a zombie, like half a corpse zombie R2.
for a fact we are not going to go through enough harrowing shit until the siege to level up. But also, in one level, I can actually cast 5th level spells. And there's a fancy spell that I just recently found that I have my eye on. Fuck summoning aberrations. I can summon a draconic spirit.
That's a fun one.
Yep. And given that the material component is a something worth at least 400 gold with an image of a dragon inscribed on it, I have a fucking shield.
You do.
So I
That
can just
that
summon
counts
a silver dragon spirit
in one level, yes.
in one level.
Pretty late into your breakfast, a guard will enter.
I will sort of stand up, nod, let them speak their piece.
My lady, we've sighted the enemy.
Already?
It begins.
A horde of undead.
What direction?
Eastgate.
She will nod and look to the two people who are not Marcus. Which of you or both of you want to head out to deal with undead?
I'm up for it.
As soon as we hear of the third assault force,
Oh, they're still far out and slow moving, but we have seen them.
good to know.
Estimate on when they'll get here?
He shrugs.
As soon as this unknown third faction is sighted, let me know, and I will try and lure them around to the undead, cause chaos among the enemy ranks, provide reinforcements, consolidate the fight.
Very well, my lady.
I'll be here.
He will head off.
And unless Beatrix is at the gate and needs to be let in, I don't think Katrina is moving from the cafe or from the tavern for the entire fucking day because she wants to be available.
Or if Gesh arrives with the skull.
Or if Gesh arrives with the skull.
Which is considerably
that too.
more unlikely.
Yeah.
You have not heard about new arrivals.
But the matter stands. She wants to be here and present and
Right.
available for people who need to find her to be able to find her, like now of all times.
You also have yet to, I think, recruit Isolde or Victor.
Correct.
You may wish to do that.
Let's do it.
I rely on you three to do that. I'd like to stay here in case I'm needed.
Sure.
I'll go do it. Or one of them at least. Or we can just go as a group and hit both.
Still early.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just go as a
Yeah.
group.
All right, who are you hitting up first?
Well, let's go see Victor first. Since we're more likely to get his help, I think.
All right. You head to the Vlahovic
Because
estate.
we have rapport.
Yeah, actually, there's a map for this specifically.
there
So why not
are
use it?
there are still bundles of wood on the image, no longer in preparation for the Festival of Blazing Sun. Now it's just like gathered debris from
Why are we
when
still in
the house was
corner up
trashed.
here?
Yeah,
This is where you were last time.
yeah. I assume everyone's sort of down at the
Yeah.
front entrance, and Katrina is not even there.
I can't see anything.
That's because you're not on the map.
token's
I'll
glitched up.
fix that. I know. I'm just putting people. There you go.
There we go. I can.
You are all down there.
Knock, knock.
Victor will open the door. He is holding a cat. It is all skeletal.
That's the one he made into a familiar, right?
Yeah. He's just, holding it and petting it. What do you
What a
guys
weirdly
want?
wholesome sight.
Yes.
Do you want to help us fight the monsters that are gonna attack?
Roll persuasion.
Like you've proven yourself capable in traveling with us. We could really use your help. Is what actually I say.
Yeah, but roll persuasion.
I'm getting there. Just talking while I'm navigating
Yeah,
my sheet.
fair.
Not bad for me.
Fine. He puts the cat down and will. Where do you need me?
Well, there's apparently a bunch of undead coming from the east gate that I feel like they want to be blown up.
You know the firebell spell, right?
Yes. Fine, I'll be there in an hour.
Good.
The undead probably won't be there in an hour
Yeah.
yet.
He just rolls his eyes and closes the door. That went rather well.
He traveled with us long enough that he's starting to like us.
Like is a strong word. Tolerate, more like.
He
Well,
likes
that
us.
leaves some.
Let's go talk to Isolde.
Welcome, she says as you enter. Is there anything I can interest you in?
Yes, the might behind your spells.
Excuse me?
Are you
Well,
able to help defend the city?
Oh, you're not here for merchandise. I see. But if you would like some merchandise, well, you know where everything is. Well, you don't. She looks at Rowena, and she'll start showing you all the magic item selection.
we're kind of on a tight schedule here, if you don't mind.
Oh, right. Maybe later then. She'll say to Rowena.
If you want there to be a later, your help would be appreciated.
Roll persuasion. Or intimidate if you wish, but
They're both the same for me, so. Yeah, she's kind of trying to scare her here, so.
you want me to fight?
You are a spellcaster? No.
I am.
I do recall this place being very nearly encased in ice after the vampire attack.
Is it more vampires?
It might be.
Vampires, undead, werewolves, a bit of everything.
Sure, sounds fun. Just well, when?
Likely nightfall.
All right, so I'll head there after
Yes.
closing time. Which where did you need me?
Well, we will be expecting an army of undead on the east gate and an unknown number of werewolves attacking the west gate and an unknown attack at the north gate, presumably.
Or south. Who knows, really?
There is no south gate.
There's two smaller southern
Oh,
gates.
there is. Yes, that's true. All right, I'll be at the. You didn't answer my question. Which gate do you want me at?
What are you more effective at fighting?
Well, I'm pretty good with frost spells.
Here, so there are going to be signals. The bell is to get everyone to hide, and then there will be flaming arrows shot to wherever reinforcements are needed. Just go to the first area that needs reinforcements.
Well, the east gate is certainly closer. So, yeah.
I guess you'll go to the east gate.
Unless, this presumable north gate attack happens first. Alright, she just gives you a thumbs up.
Cool. Your help is appreciated.
As is your, patronage. Although that reminds me, are there any spell scrolls I could interest you in?
I'm not sure we could afford them.
Shame. Alright, you have successfully recruited the magic item shop merchant.
That's 2 people. That brings our list of extra characters to 3, with Argus, who we already recruited.
Right.
Irina potentially, if we could get why can't I remember her name?
Valeria?
Yeah, Valeria to agree. And if Valeria is no, Valeria doesn't want to come out because of being a
Valeria
vampire.
definitely does not want to have her presence or identity revealed to Strahd.
Right.
Yeah.
More than it already has been.
I mean, I never mentioned her specifically. I never said where specifically Irina was.
You just said the name Valeria.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
When he
Remember,
asked
like
where. Yeah.
where he asked,
I
like,
thought I said something along the lines of "Doesn't matter, you'll find out soon enough."
No, you name dropped her.
yeah,
All
you
right.
did.
Okay. I won't continue to argue.
And it was like either give the sword or tell me this or I'll kill another one of your friends.
Right. I name dropped her, and then he said, "Where in Valaki is she?" And I'm like, "Doesn't matter. You'll find out soon enough."
And then he left.
Anyway,
Yeah. So truth be told, I don't really have anything else planned before the attack begins.
I'm happy to call it here and have it be a
does
shorter
Beatrix
session.
arrive before the attack?
Does Beatrix
She
arrive
does
before the attack?
not.
Oof.
Damn, we're missing a full party then. A second full party, I should say.
Well, she
Yeah.
can Deus Ex Machina at one of the gates. There's always a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good to call it here.
Yeah.
It's a really short.
It is.
Sometimes
But
it do be like that.
We haven't been recording for 2 hours.
well, last one was also pretty short.
I suppose. Well, if there's nothing else to prepare for, then I guess.
Yeah, unless there was any other last minute things y'all wanted to take care of.
Um. Can we like check in with the blacksmith to see his progress?
Yeah, you get 139 silver arrows for your
Cool, those are going to the West Gate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
I already have a full quiver that I got from
distribute quivers along the West Gate and
that I,
nearby
yeah.
the West Gate, just for people to grab
that I
arrows
got,
from as
got
needed.
at the winery, so yeah. I'll just help distribute them at the guards that will be on the gate.
right.
The only other thing I could think for me to do personally is check to see if there are any fancy ritual spells I want to inscribe into my pact of the tome thingy. But that would require me to look through.
There is actually one thing that I am curious about and would have done last night if possible, because I had extra spell slots. I believe in the player's handbook sort of items section, the actual like description for holy water says cleric or paladin may create holy water by performing a special ritual. The ritual takes 1 hour to perform, uses 25 gold worth of powdered silver, and requires the caster to expend a first level spell slot. The reason I'm saying this is because protection from evil and good consumes either powdered silver or holy water. So I would like to have.
Assumes it.
It doesn't say how much gold worth it consumes, but it does say it consumes it.
Huh. Well, if it doesn't say gold's worth, then a holy symbol will will waive the requirement.
Cool, so I don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
Holy water would also be probably good to have in future, but we don't need it immediately, so I'm gonna drop the issue.
Yeah. I have the protection from good and evil spell, but I need holy water to cast it. But I do have like 3 uses of it, but available, so it's not like wide
Good to
away.
know. Good to know.
Wait, do you have it from? Where do you get it from?
At least the site I was looking at, it was available through my wizarding, I think.
Oh, you just have it as a wizard spell. Then yeah, you can if you have like an arcane focus or whatever. That's basically the same as a holy symbol.
I also get it from one of my ranger subclasses.
Yeah, as long as you have like the spellcasting implement or like the component pouch or whatever, then that waives all requirements that don't have like specific gold costs. So yeah, you're all fine.
What does a ranger even use to cast spells?
I'm not sure. That's a good
I'm
question.
looking.
Actually, that is a fair point. Holy water, even when not used as part of the spell, does deal damage to fiends and undeads. A small amount of damage, arguably. You
I
can
have holy water.
you can chuck a flask and it does like 2d6 or 2d8 or whatever. But I'm wondering if I can like have last night created some holy water, or have some of the holy water that we already have distributed to the east gate where we now know there are undead, and maybe like dip arrows in it if that'll be at all effective.
Maybe.
That's fair.
You did already sleep through the night, so
We did already sleep through the night, so no going back on that.
yeah.
Then I will not be spending an hour to make holy water.
Fair.
It doesn't specifically say, but it does say under one of the optional things that you can use a druidic focus as a ranger.
Okay,
It's
that
always
makes
good,
sense.
Which it lists as like,
Now the question, do you have a druidic focus?
Does a ranger not start with one automatically?
I don't know.
Well, that is a question for another time.
Yeah. I guess that is it for tonight. Well,
All right.
I'll turn the stream off. Thanks for watching.